Okay, this is the recap for April 10th, 2024. So heading into the open, there was a really large gap on the CPI data. The market went from 52.85 to 51.76 in about 15 minutes. And I was not looking to trade this long at the time just because it was still on the news. But market went all the way down and broke through the bottom of this new balance, and then was pulling back, and so the two perspective were basically pull back and then continuation, but with balance because the range extreme was right here, so maybe pull back and then come down towards the range extreme and then balance, or this is potentially a failed breakdown, and it was sort of playing out here at 94, but I didn't trade that because of the bearish bias, and but as the day developed, we opened balanced, not really a lot of signs of selling, pushed up into VWAP, and really couldn't do anything with that. Then held the RTH VWAP in mid, so bullish price development early on. The bias is neutral bearish, so I didn't want to short early, based mostly on what Oase was saying that need better location, and then we came up towards 52.15, the front of initial support. I had the I had the trade set up like this. I was the way I had my support, I had my resistance, I had it from 22 to 29, so I wanted my stop really up in here, beyond this rejection here, and so I set my order up like this, but because of this balancing at 15, it just looked, it was grinding, it wasn't exhausting, and it did then sort of exhaust on this last little bit, and I could have entered there, but I was just focused then on entering at initial resistance, but this definitely was a missed opportunity. I think after that exhaustion had occurred, I definitely could have realized, okay, this is something that I still want to be involved in, because the market did go from 81 all the way to 26, so it's 40 points. It did grind up. It got exhausted right at the end, so I think that was definitely good. And then I wasn't really looking to do anything as this came down, and I mean, I did play around with the bull bear zone, but that was just it was against the bias, and it pulled back continuation maybe, but this is possibly also a failed breakdown, retest here on the larger time frame, so it was something I was thinking about, but it really wasn't wasn't really playing out right, and I wasn't really planning on doing it, but I was just looking at it because I'm trying to look at both sides as much as possible. So after that, the market found sellers again at the VWAP after the weakness, and then I was thinking maybe again when this thing really came up back through, that this maybe was a failed breakdown, but it wasn't really a way for me to trade it. It was getting kind of later in the day. I was pretty much thinking I'm done by the time, once the Fed minutes came out. I was looking, I had my lower orders. I had an order set up at 73, and then a daisy chain with that. And then I wanted to be at the front of the zone at 57, so that looked like a really good zone. And then I also finally had this one set up. I had this set up at 2R, and then the 57 set up at 1.5. are. And none of those triggered, and I think I missed the opportunity at pre-market support, but my thinking has stabilized, and I'm reading the market pretty well despite all this craziness. And so the hiccup that happened last Thursday is pretty much history, and I feel really good about that. So just got 2 more days here, and I only need 1 or 2 setups, so just going to keep fishing.